Welcome to Real with me, Zara King. I have been in business and personal development for years alongside raising my family. I started in the beauty industry in 2011, moved into network marketing and then coaching and NLP. This podcast originally began helping beauty professionals, and now I support ambitious women in a wider arena of service-based businesses. It is all about real, uncensored conversations on coming home to you and your alignment. You are done playing at a level that you know you've outgrown, and you're ready to go all in on creating more income, more freedom, mental clarity, and a business that actually works for your life. Inside this podcast, we talk real business, real life, and the hard parts most people avoid, from identity to strategy and what it actually takes to grow as women and mothers who want it all. So if you're ready to trust yourself fully and step into your next level, you're in the right place. Hello, my lovely. I hope you're good. Welcome back to another episode. I'm really excited to have this conversation actually. Just had a client reschedule a call. So I thought, let me jump on and do my episode that I've been thinking about. I've got a very strong opinion about the coaching industry, particularly in the beauty and aesthetics industry and people going into coaching and mentoring. I have a very strong opinion about it. So I thought I need to jump on and do this. What better timing when I've had something reschedule. If you're new here, by the way, welcome. So excited to have you here. Thank you. If you're an OG, again, thank you so much for always being here. We love you. What I would love for you to do is actually leave us a review if you love this episode, or if you've loved the pod for, the last 3 years, because the reviews just don't reflect the DMs that I get all the time saying, oh my gosh, I love the pod, and you just, you love it so much, but the reviews don't really reflect. So I would love for you to do that. 5 stars would be perfect, but speak from the heart and all that. So I want to talk about in today's episode the fact that everybody can move into helping other people. Everyone can be a coach. Everyone can be a mentor. Everyone can move into this type of education. However, and this is where my very strong opinion comes in, not everyone should. The issue is the industry isn't necessarily regulated. So it's very easy to get into this type of thing and move into it. Just be like, yo, this is what I'm going to do. It doesn't mean everybody should. And at the moment, I think the reason that is happening, or in the last 5 years particularly, like when it happened when I got into the coaching industry, right? Like 2020/2021, it was a case of we'd been through an absolute shit show of lockdowns after lockdowns after lockdowns. And people were like, how the hell am I going to survive, pivot, make more money, blah, blah, blah. And so the coaching industry saw a boom. However, the coaching industry has been around for donkey's years, like absolutely freaking donkey's years. And nowadays, it is just easier, and it's more like common, should we say, for people to be like, yeah, I'm going to go into that. I'm going to start doing that. Because this whole thing of moving online happened, and it became like a massive trend. And I mean, let's be honest, not just moving businesses online, but just because we're online way more than we ever were before. But yeah, I think there's been, for like stat wise, I think there's been a 17% increase just in the last 3 years, and it keeps growing and growing and growing. It's like a massive $1 billion industry. Obviously coaching worldwide, not just different sectors, not just the wellness industry, not just the beauty and hair and aesthetic space and all of that. Anywho, what's also happening is obviously people are now advertising a lot more, like that you should, including me, by the way, advertising like you should go into this, right? And it's like, yes, you should, because it would benefit you, your business, and give you more freedom, because it's one of those businesses that you can move anywhere. You can log on from anywhere these days with a Wi-Fi connection, and you can basically just earn more money and have more freedom, and that's my motto, right? So I would love, in fact this is what I'm helping women with now, is moving into more online, more semi-passive, more helping others, more ways of leverage. It might not always look like, you know, education or coaching or mentoring. It sometimes looks like different leverage, right? That's fine. But more and more and more people are saying, oh, it's so easy just to bang a course together and like sell it. And these are the people that shouldn't do these things. You know, like there's always the people that shouldn't be doing it, because it's not as easy as just whipping up some, online course and selling it and stuff. It's not as easy as just doing it. Now, there's also this thing about you've only got to be like one step ahead of the people that are one step behind you to be able to help someone. Yes, that is completely true. But you also, and this is what I'm helping women with at the moment, you also need to be absolutely solid, confident, very high expertise, and aligned value-wise to what you are selling. If you are not, it won't sell. You know, it's not going to happen. You need to be very fucking knowledgeable in what you're going to sell. Okay? Very. And, you know, should you, if you're going to do education, there are some, you know, pieces of regulation in different industries. If you've got PGCE, if you've got AETs, if you've got different training qualifications, that's one thing. But if you're just calling yourself a mentor, do you want to get a coaching qualification? Do you want to get, if you're helping people with their businesses, for example, do you want to get a business qualification? Like, do you even have any of your own frameworks to use? And, you know, the people who really should be doing this are the ones that do want to do that. They're the ones that do want to actually take it seriously and move it forward. Now, because of the whole one step ahead thing, what happens is, like, for example, complete transparency with me, obviously I keep moving as the industry keeps moving and people keep coming up into what I do. So I evolve what I do. Does that make sense? So then the next thing for me to teach people is what I do. So it's like you teach them how to do the thing you did 5 years ago, and then you teach them how to do the thing you're doing now. And that's why there's more and more of this involvement, and I fucking love it, because of course we need more people helping more people, and we need standards to raise, and we need like great stuff happening. But what it is obviously it means that people that should be doing this stuff, going into education, helping people more, you know, growing their own businesses, going into semi-passive models, having more freedom in life, the people who should, like you listening to this because you're so good at what you do, because you care so much, you're missing out. You are missing out because you're being overlooked by people that are doing it quicker, with probably less skill than you, with probably less credentials, less frameworks, less whatever. And ultimately you're missing out because people aren't as good as you, but they're going for it faster. Do you know what I mean? And the thing is as well, like, don't get me wrong, these people will learn, they'll evolve, they'll adapt, and I do applaud them, I do. But it's the ones that just don't care as much that I get a bit like, oh, that bugs me. Like, it actually, of course it does. And obviously that's inner work that I work on, it's inner work that you work on. And we don't compare ourselves to these people, but it is a fact that, of course, in every industry, you're going to be being like overlooked and missing out if somebody else is doing it quicker and you're hesitating. The problem is in your hesitation, right? So what I wanted to say today is that, of course, I have a strong opinion about this. Of course, I don't think everyone should be doing it. Of course, I think you have to care so much. And the women that I work with, the women that I am supporting to grow their businesses, to double their income, to 3 times, 4 times, 5 times their income, to move into more freedom, to have space around their family, like to actually have more fulfillment in life and stuff. These women that I'm helping, they care so much, and I know that they're in my world because they care so much, and I know that that's who I attract. So if you're listening to this, you're probably one of those people that A, you're very good at what you do, which is the first step, and B, you care as much. Like, you care so much, and so you are the people that should be doing this. But like I say, you're hesitating for some reason, and I understand I understand the reasons that you hesitate, because I myself have been there. I can myself avoid change, and change is not easy, which is why I have actually put together an offering of a new mini, let's call it like a new mini powerful kind of course for women who want to listen in to my audios explaining how you and how I keep going in times of change and challenge, and how things are difficult, but how I've always kept going, right? 3 kids, different businesses, success after success after success, keep moving. That has been my story. And so that is why I did that. So I've created that offer. If you don't know about it, just look in the description, it's in there. And it's actually all about propelling you forwards. So that is in the description. And that is what I'm helping women with, because I know why you hesitate. I've been there and I've done it. And I know that not only external factors will keep you in the place that you currently are, but also the technicalities and the practicalities of doing what you need to do to move, because you need to be ready daily to step into that next level every single day, to show up every single day, whether that be online or whatever. You need to be able to show up and set time aside to actually work on the thing that you want to do. And when we learn a new skill, my gosh, it can take some learning, right? I know that I can't speak, put your teeth back in, Sarah. I know that you need to know how to do like the technical side of these things, right? Because when we're going online, it's almost like a new genre of the world going online. It's like completely different to in-person stuff. So I get it, like the tech, all of that, it's hard. It feels a bit icky at first, a bit sticky, let's be honest, like start, stop. And the most important one as well that you need to know, and that I know keeps most women stuck, is the fact that you need to know how to sell your new ideas, your education, your trainings, your maybe they are online resources, maybe it's a course, maybe it's face-to-face stuff, but you're selling to a different audience, like education that's face-to-face or mentoring that's face-to-face. You need to know how to sell to this new audience. You need to know how to articulate to them so that they actually understand and value what you have to offer. These are the reasons that keep you stuck. I know that because A, I've been there, and B, that's what I help people with. So I know these things are keeping you stuck. You want to be able to know how to feel ready every day. You want to know how to do all of that. Now, the most important thing for you is to stop hesitating. Is really and truly to stop hesitating, because that is the number one thing that's holding you back. It would be better for you to move quicker and take action when you feel inspired and when you feel good and when you are having these ideas, than it would be to just write them down on a piece of paper and forget about them and then come back to them when you feel ready. You're never going to feel ready. Yeah. And if it's more money and more freedom that you're after by going into this sector, this whole educational sector, helping people, mentoring, coaching, etc., if that's the goal, we need to move quickly. We cannot wait. We can't feel ready. We have to just move. So I highly encourage you to start putting a plan into place so that you can up the speed. Yeah, think of it as a speedometer. Like we're at like 10 miles per hour at the moment. We need to at least whack it up to 30. Like we need to be steady. We need to be moving forward steadily every single day. And if you can safely say you're doing that, then great. And if you can't, then that's probably where you need to look at getting some support. Because yeah, it's not easy to see it on your own, and it's much quicker to do it with somebody that's done it before you. Like when I went into my next level, I did it with the help of other people. Like I went into, first and foremost, I got a coaching qualification and an NLP qualification, and then I had already invested a shit ton in my business and my personal development and growth, and I'd had coaches for years prior. That all came about because of network marketing and the rate at which I grew within network marketing and the rate at which I grew a team and had to help other people inside network marketing back in 2018. So that all moved very, very quickly. And then also when I moved into coaching, I got a coach to help me sell the coaching because I'd never sold coaching before. Does that make sense? So it's like, how do you know how to sell differently to a different audience? It's all good and well. I had a corporate sales career background for many, many years, right? I was in corporate sales for 8 years and I was freaking great at what I did. I'm just going to blow my own trumpet. But selling one thing through a corporate umbrella is completely different to selling something, A, being self-employed, B, being on your own, no team, C, to a different audience again, right? Needing different things, having different aha moments that you need to touch on, making it tangible for them in a way that they see themselves in it, right? That's what I help women with, because that is what's going to sell your new product. Now, you care enough to make it something that they really need. You care so much to make it good. You care so much, and you know that the industry standards are not high enough, but you're one of those people that cares so much and you are at the top of the scale. I want you to stop being overlooked by the people that are out there doing it, but doing it not as great as you. I really do. It pains me. This is the massive, strong feeling I have inside me about it. It's like, I make sure that my clients are supported 10 out of 10. I make sure that if I'm putting something together online, it is full. Like, it is so full. And I care so much. And obviously you take feedback and you tweak and you keep going and going and making things better and better and better. And that is what the industry is all about. Like, that energy that you have, I know you have, is what it is all about. Yeah, but because it is becoming more and more common for people to step into this industry, and because the regulation is low, the standards aren't as high as they should be. So what I would love for you to do is, like I said, if you can up that speedometer alone and you know what you're doing and you care so much, then great, like, go for it. Keep your foot on the gas, make yourself feel good every single day and get it done. If you need support, I don't care if you hire me or anyone else. It needs to be someone that knows what they're doing and that can help you close the gap between where you are now and where you want to be and the vehicle that you're choosing. I mean, sometimes my ladies need some help in actually deciding which vehicle to choose or refining. And when I say which vehicle to choose, I mean which product they go for. Do they go down the route of like done for you products? Do they go down the route of, coaching and support that's done with you? Do they go down the other routes where, do you know what I mean? Like, there are so many routes and avenues, and sometimes you can't even see through the fog which route to go down and which vehicle to take to get you to that more income and more freedom. Okay, so maybe that's the main part that you need the support with as well. Generally speaking, as I said before, it's things like the tech, it's things like how to actually be and activate yourself every single day. It's things about how to sell to the new audience every single day. It's those kind of things that you're missing generally, the positioning of it. But sometimes as well, it's even the vehicle that you choose and making those decisions and having a bit of a business partner back and forth. That's kind of what I do with my clients. So what I want you to do is, I encourage you to get into this second level of your success. I encourage you to help more people. I encourage you to go into the educational spaces, the mentoring spaces. But A, do it properly. B, stop hesitating if you know this is what you want to do. And C, get some support, whether it be me or someone else. If you do want to work together, obviously, the description has all of my links. Great, book a call, let's have a chat. But if you're going to continue to do this on your own, please consider everything I've said in this, podcast episode, because I think it is such an important conversation to have. Everyone's thinking it. Everyone sees other people put stuff out online, and of course it triggers everyone. By the way, you're not normal for feeling like, oh my God, she's done that so quickly, blah, 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 blah. You're not a bad person for feeling that way, okay? I've said it before on the pod and I'll say it again. That is okay. But it's how you move from there, and it's how you decide to take radical responsibility for the way you uphold yourself, your standards, and move your business, and the way you portray the standards of the industry that you're in as well, and how you help other people and lift each other up. I'm going to leave it there. I think we've got the gist. I hope you have a great day. Sending you all the love. See you on the next one.